Whether you are a pro engineer or just a hobbyist, there will be a time where you'll need to close a deal. So, today we're discussing 5 things to keep those deals happy. Go!
1. Be precise on what's the deal. 2. Always follow the schedule. 3. Give the musicians the attention they crave.
Listen.
4. Receive and then offer. And 5.
Okay, that was a bit quick. Let's take it from the top and be more precise. 1. In a deal, there are lots of things to agree upon, and most of the time, drawing your lines can be a bit tricky. For example, a musician comes to your studio to record a song, in exchange for money, exposure, or whatever. If you make him a package deal, then you're most probably screwed because there is no time regulator. At some point, it is bound to grow into a pussy zit on your forehead on a Saturday night. After all, it is not to your best interest to record 1059 takes of a solo that the musician did not even bother to practice beforehand. So,
another common misunderstanding is the ownership of the multitracks. They can either be interpreted as a final tour for the outcome, meaning the final mastered track that the musician pays you to deliver them, or they can be thought as intellectual property of the artist, in which case the engineer has to provide when asked. But think about it for a minute. Have you ever asked for all the footage of your latest video clip? Or do you claim the extra fabric that was used to make the t-shirt you pay for? So leave nothing blurry.
These are just 2 common problems you may face, and there will be countless more. So, remember, deals are like relationships, and you will never get into one leaving issues unclear, like, I always dreamt of a family of 12. Or like, I love you, but I kinda like your brother too. Everything must be cleared out and agreed upon before tension starts to build up, and the actual work begins.
So, schedule is of utmost importance, and time is of essence. Sessions should never be open-ended, and musicians and engineers alike get fatigued over long sessions and the outcome degrades. Well-thought scheduling helps, and following it, who would have thought, helps even more. When one side acts on their own, being late for a session or even rescheduling constantly, that degrades the deal, worsens the collaborative spirit, and irritates both sides.
Each project has its own flow, and for the best results, that flow must be honored. Most musicians are super hyped at the start of a project, but that excitement quickly dissipates as more hard work is being put into the process and as time passes by without receiving what they came in for. And uncertainty in the deadlines is a buzzkiller.
On the other side, our side, things are quite the same. It's certainly not a good thing for a busy engineer to have to endure a chaotic schedule affecting other clients or projects. Try to avoid that at all costs. The final outcome is equally desirable for the engineer, the producer, as it is for the musician. And dragging on a project forever is an utterly unfulfilling concept for both sides. Be a man!
3. Give the musician the attention they need. That is beneficial on so many levels, from purely practical, like understanding what EQ should be preferred, to psychological. Like in any other deal, mutual respect is the cornerstone of a fruitful collaboration, and nothing pays respect like showing interest on what the client wants.
So, even if you have your own agenda, like to get paid, or promote your working abilities, or land another deal, or whatever, it must never become an impediment referring to the interaction with the musicians you are working with. We all have a life, but when it comes to work, the musicians are your number one priority, and you must keep it this way. And there is no better way to ensure that than to hear their supposed needs and try to understand their true ones.
The established experience many times might come between a musician's vision and your know-how. So, give them a chance to express their ideas or concerns, and give them a try or reassure them. In the end, you will have bonded with whoever is in front of you, they will be more confident, ensuring a better performance and providing you with a nag-free session. After all, everyone in our business should be familiar with the all-common insecurities of a musician. Be a dude!
4. A deal is a deal, and everyone should honor it. Or otherwise the project will go sideways in a jiffy. So, go to the first tip, revise the terms, and from the engineer's point of view, try first to receive and then provide. No one wants to be in debt. or have people owe them cash or whatever. This is totally not intuitive, and it will definitely destroy future collaborations if one side hasn't received what is expected. Working out ways to prevent such problems is key to every successful deal.
For instance, partial payments ensure the engineer won't end up unpaid and hungry, and alleviates the musician's burden of having to pay the whole fee altogether, especially in the end of a possibly difficult project where the excitement might have faded. On top of that, motive is always present, and this way the schedule should be easily met.
Moreover, remember that a prosperous deal doesn't stop at payment or turning in. It holds on long after that. Either if it is a promotional exposure matter or a possibility for another collaboration, a helping hand or a networking nod, or just a fuck buddy. Fuck buddy.
Buddy. 5. Last, but absolutely not least, be polite but draw the line. Politeness and sincerity are quintessential virtues of any relationship, professional or not. Humans are fragile beings, and being polite is the equivalent of bubble wrapping a person. The project will be so much easier, free of complications, and the outcome will be superior. But there's a catch to the whole politeness concept, and that is that it can be easily misinterpreted as lack of confidence or decisiveness.
So try to find a fine balance often obtained through experience. Kind of what works and what doesn't. Failure is an integral part of the whole experience, so embrace it. Clients almost always will ask for more, and who can blame them? It's us who should draw the line and say stop. A musician's dream may be jamming 4 hours straight, but your experience tells you that nothing good can come from such a frustrating session.
It is one thing to be polite and another to be a sucker. Hit the stop button, allow them to take a break, decide the direction of the project, and set some clear boundaries. In the end, a more strict, confident, decisive, yet polite and fun engineer will be respected and appreciated more, and that will reflect upon the perception of the quality of the work as seen by the client.
So keep them happy with your charming smiles, but when needed, keep them in order too, using your middle finger. Just try to polish your nails first, offer it in a nice wrapping and with a nice wing to lighten things up.
So that's about it. 5 simple guidelines to have happier deals.
I am Bill.
And I'm George, and don't drop the mic, unless it lands on the subscribe button. That would actually be kinda cool.
Or not, if you consider that the subscribe button is on your screen, but anyways, subscribe for more. Πικάρι. Τι έκανε πριν.
Παιδιά, κλιπάρι στο γατί.
Κλιπάρι στο γατί.
Εντάξει. Ωραία. Όλα καλά.